Let's pick up the next one. This comes in Bhrajishnur Bhojanam Bhokta Sahishnur Jagad-Ādijaḥ Anagho Vijayo Jeta Vishwayoni Punarvasuhu. Sahishnu, one who is witness to the faults of the devotees and tolerates them too. Lord Vishnu is a witness to all our thoughts, emotions, and actions. He is present in us as awareness. He knows that our mistakes are caused by ignorance. Ignorance is not a sin. The Lord never punishes ignorance. He, therefore, tolerates the faults of his devotees. Friends, we could even say this is endurance. Go to the next one. Jagad-Ādijaḥ, one who appeared first in the universe or the firstborn. Adija is the firstborn one. No one really knows the origin of Lord Vishnu. Scriptures say that he is birthless. Scriptures also say that Lord Vishnu was the first to appear. He appeared first as Hiranyagarbha, the self of Brahma. Brahma came out of the navel of Lord Vishnu. The universe came out of Brahma. Thus, awareness was the first to appear. Everything else appeared later in awareness. We'll come back to this one today. Pick the next one. Anagha, who is sinless or without any deformity, is something you could interpret. Agha means sin. People commit sin out of ignorance. The deluded being is ignorant. In fact, he is the Lord himself, but he does not know this truth. Being ignorant, the deluded self thinks that he is a doer and consequently goes through worldly life or samsara, apparently experiencing the fruits of his action. Lord Vishnu is beyond merit and beyond sin. He is also beyond actions and its fruits, beyond the qualities of nature and beyond ignorance. No impurity ever touches the pure Lord. So we'll come back to Jagad-Ādijaḥ today and dwell on the message or the deeper meanings there. Friends, in our previous study time, we dwelled on the conceptualization of the observer and observed. We took inspiring comments from Shankaracharya's Drk-Drshya Viveka. I have received messages from many here on how it has touched their minds and hearts. The Drk-Drshya Viveka that we took aid of in our previous study indeed has brought the subject of study very, very close to our grasp. When modern science moved towards the study of the field of observer, the superphysical, from its earlier world of the study of the observed, the physical, it made profound discoveries in quantum science and relativity. But in this new field of study, it found itself completely helpless. It completely lacked the language to assimilate and express its findings in the superphysical dimensions. This is what Einstein says, expressing his helplessness when talking about the discoveries of the superphysical world. All my attempts to adapt the theoretical foundation of physics to this new type of knowledge failed completely. It was as if the ground had been pulled out from under one, with no firm foundation to be seen anywhere upon which one could have built. Friends, in a study of the name Jagad-Ādijaḥ today, we will have to rely upon a new language and tools to perceive it. To do that, we shall draw upon the environment in which Arjuna too had such similar experience. When Arjuna, who enjoyed the best of friendship with Krishna, was suddenly elevated to new dimension of experience. In the midst of the battlefield, he is given the divine tool or the Divya-Drishti to witness the superphysical in the Vishvarupa Darshana. Friends, we are attempting to appreciate the name Jagad-Ādijaḥ. Here, if I were to break it up, Adi is beginning, the very beginning. Aja is born or exists. And Jagad, of course, is universe. So, Jagad-Ādijaḥ is from the very beginning of the universe. In our previous study, we recognized that the Hindu system did not treat God and world as separate, but were inseparable entities. God and the world were not separate, but were inseparable entities. We stated that the infinite one is manifested as the universe. The Hindu system does not say God created the universe. It says God projected himself. The name given for that in the Hindu system is Srishti. This further went into the principles in Hindu philosophy that God exists in everything. Today, we will promote our learnings based off these principles. Friends, our learning today can be brought very close to our hearts if we make our minds and intellect more subtle. Let us attempt to quickly accomplish that. Let us attempt to train ourselves to give up logic, give up our intellect, and use only experience and perception. For that, we will use the koan from Zen method. The methods here does not use any positive statements or instructions, but leaves it entirely to us, the students, to grasp the truth through these koans. Let us all reflect on this koan or a paradoxical statement. What was your original face? What was your original face? The one you had before your parents gave birth to you. What was your original face, the one you had before your parents gave birth to you? With that thought opening to study the name Jagad-Ādijaḥ, let us go into the Vibhuti Yoga chapter of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, Shloka 20, the chapter of the glimpse of the divine. Like always, I shall recite few words from the shloka. Pause where possible. Please repeat after me and attempt to make it yours. We'll recite Shloka 20 from chapter 10 of Bhagavad Gita. Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarvabhuta Shayastitaha Ahamadhishcha Madhyam cha Bhutanam Anta eva cha Ahamatma Gudakesha Sarvabhutashayastitaha Ahamadishcha Madhyam cha Bhutanamanta eva cha. I am the Self, O Gudakesha, existent in the heart of all beings. I am the beginning, the middle, and also the end of all beings. This, friends, is such a marvelous conception of cosmology in the Hindu philosophy. This is perfectly acceptable to any astrophysicist of the modern era. The modern astrophysicist too traces everything to the one behind the many. Everything is here, however, in the beginning it was undifferentiated. Now it has become differentiated as the universe. Such a process is emanating from a source of consciousness, Purusha, as we recognized in our previous study in the Purusha Sukta, where in the early stages of evolution it remains latent and turns patent as the cosmic evolution rises to the level of organic evolution. The consciousness becomes self-awareness in human beings. In the beginning, it was undifferentiated. Now it has become differentiated. So we can see here that there is zero contradiction with modern thinking. However, it offers a little more to the modern astrophysicist when it says Sarvabhuta Shayastita. I exist in all things. Taittiriya Upanishads paints it more poetically as Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So, the name Jagad-Ādijaḥ, not just the beginning, but also the middle and the end. So friends, in summary, we took the name Jagad-Ādijaḥ for our study today. We derived from our previous study of observer and observed and the lack of intellect in formating the experiences in the dimension of the observer or the superphysical. Through the helplessness expressed by Einstein, we saw the need of new tools and language to assimilate this experience. Through a quick adaptation of the koan methods of paradoxical questioning, we made our minds subtle by giving up logic and intellect and rely on our experience and perception. We further went to the sublime world of the observer, the superphysical, in the Vibhuti Yoga chapter and derived on shloka number 20 from chapter 10 and got the marvelous conception of cosmology in the Hindu philosophy that is in complete harmony with the modern astrophysics. To this point, another brilliant mind, Frigyes Capra, an Austrian-American scientist from the 70s, says that the Eastern system have a more complete background to the realities of the universe than what the physical sciences offers us today. A fair observation Mr. Capra makes, friends. Physical science explains only the material universe. What about the non-material aspects of the universe? That non-material universe, along with the material universe, is explained only in the Hindu philosophy and cosmology as inseparable, or what we termed in the previous study as observer and observed are one and the same. From God we came, in God we exist, and to God we return. God in a Vedantic sense of the infinite consciousness that we pointed to in the Taittiriya Upanishad today of Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, eternal or infinite. So there is complete oneness between us and nature. With that, let us all go into the meditation and experience the joy of that oneness.